Haven't you voted on this account?
Oh my god. Alright. Welcome to the Shapiro Show. Joining me today will be Joshua Klubnik and Kanye West. Kanye West is a Democrat from Texas who is a big supporter of Eric Scott. We will be listening to what he has to say about American economy and America stuff happening right now. And say hello, Kanye.
Hello.
What brings you on today? What interested you coming on the show?
I just like to talk and everything, and it'd just be fun to talk to someone else sometimes, and then just help out with the podcast.
All right. Well, Joshua, what do you have to say about this guest? Anything good or bad to say?
I still don't really understand why he supports Scott, but other than that,
Exactly.
not much.
Yeah, actually, let's get some reasoning on that. Would you like to too? All right.
Yeah,
So
I think some reasoning.
What's the primary reason he supports Scott, even though his administration so far is a complete failure?
So we've been friends for a long time, and as I started to join the server, and I actually started to really like his beliefs. I didn't really think much of the open government, and now I've noticed what open government would cause, because we didn't think that through, but now we know. But I mean, I still support him. I'm going to be a real friend. I'm not going to leave him at all. Like, I'm not going to betray him, because that's just the wrong thing to do, or talk bad about him at all.
So I understand. I understand you don't want to talk bad about a friend, but with recent events, would you support his recent events of declassifying things that can potentially put us in a very big margin against Russia? As we have, it's going to be it's going to be another world war if it doesn't get settled soon. And like I can say this, in the past 50 years, we haven't even been close to a world war. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, it might have not been the best idea ever, but we'll learn. He'll learn from his mistakes, and I mean, he's definitely going to learn. All of us are from that. He didn't. He didn't ask any of us should we declassify this. He just went on with it. But I mean, now he'll learn that he would have to ask us, or he is going to now, and he's learned from his mistake. I don't support the declassifying, killing the Russian president at all, but it happened.
Yeah,
I mean, sure, it happened. You can't stop it. But it's just he could have stopped it. And this whole thing wasn't inevitable. Nobody knew it happened, and it's not even 100% fact that the U.S. government did it. So I don't know. He's put us definitely in a sticky situation. But I'm gonna hand this over to Josh to see what he has to say and like what he has to ask.
Well, I think he shouldn't have declassified it. I think that if it was something that happened by the U.S. government, keeping it classified was a good idea. That's just me, but I think that's pretty much all I have to say about it.
All right. Well, before we got to the studio, I recall you saying you had a list of questions. I'm just kind of curious. Let's hear these.
Yeah, I do for you, Shapiro. I can ask some of these that would make sense for Kanye, but some of them probably wouldn't.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand. So, well, I guess we'll get on to that segment later then. So, Kanye, what do you believe that the president can do right now to fix this whole situation?
He could try to meet with him and try to kind of form a treaty, maybe, or neutrality, but I don't think that's going to happen. It might, but I don't know. But I don't think a war is going to break out for a long time. He can keep meeting with more and more countries and try to get them to join the NATO, and that would be a great thing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and honestly, I only see this whole thing going one way, and unfortunately, it's inevitable, and it's inevitable after time. A lot of wars are going to happen every 100 years, but it just depends on how it happens.
I 100% agree with that. I think that it's going to happen. You just have to do your best to not get involved with it as a country if you can. That's kind of my views on all that.
Mike is cutting out a ton.
Who, mine or yours?
Would be yours, because I'm like you'll be talking, and it sounds like you're going farther and farther and farther.
Is it better now?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, then I'll keep it like this.
Yeah, but yeah. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Anything else regarding that, Kanye? Like, what do you think? Like, out of everything, what's Eric Scott's biggest success so far?
He's helped with the budget and debt, as I think is kind of clear. He's kind of gotten it down by at least a little bit, but I mean, I believe he just said it was under 4 trillion. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I believe you said that as well.
Honestly. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Oh god. uh. Well, I really don't know what to ask you, honestly, Kanye. If you want to carry a conversation about how the next election's going, like how do you see the next election going with Parrish v. Otto? That's like the biggest circumstance I can see happening right now.
I don't know. I kind
Uh,
of want Otto to win because he's pretty smart in it, but also Parrish is very experienced in this. So is Otto, but
See, I think I'd have to disagree with you there. I think the next election will be Underwood versus Otto.
I think my mic went off for a second. But I'm just saying that they're both very experienced and very smart. And for Underwood, he's very smart and experienced, and that's going to be a great election to see. Both of them in the debate's going to be amazing.
I think I can agree.
Yeah. I don't see it being Underwood, honestly. Well, unless Eric gets impeached, I don't see it being Underwood. If Underwood is the incumbent, then I see it very much so happening, and I got a little intel on what
I
that
see
ticket could look like.
Underwood has a large base behind him that a lot of people actually don't really know about. And a lot of people vote in favor of him no matter what. So I think that'll continue.
Well, so I got a little bit of intel on the if it's Underwood, his VP might surprise some people, honestly.
I
And
think so,
that's
but
what.
I think I know who his VP will be.
Who do you think?
I think there's the possibility that it could be Parrish. I could see myself as a possibility. That's really the two main right now.
So would you like some inside info?
Kinda.
So, and this is a very big if Eric gets impeached, there's being very big rumors in Underwood's campaign team and all that Shapiro could be the possible next vice president of the United States.
I think, no offense to Shapiro, but I think he's a great person. I just don't really agree with him as a politician. I think that's kind of what the downfall is. We're both conservative, but I think his conservative is a big difference to my conservative. I think his is a lot more of like a 60s conservative, mine's much more of a modern.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because and this is going to be a third person view on this whole Shapiro. I see Shapiro as more of a centrist more than anything. Honestly, he doesn't really represent.
I think that hurts.
He doesn't represent.
I think he doesn't really represent the party very well, and I think this hurts him, especially when you're in a partisan party that it goes one way. You can't be really a centrist in those parties.
Yeah, but what's strange to me is how he's garnered so much support from the Republican Party as this progressive centrist. Or he's more conservative than people would believe, but like he's come off as this very progressive person, and that's what confuses me still is how he has garnered so much support from the left. I mean, from the GOP. It's crazy, honestly.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Well, what's your take on Shapiro, Kanye?
He's a good guy. He did pretty good in office. He made sure not to declassify anything like killing the president. But I mean, he did a good job as president. I mean, really great job. He didn't get into any wars with anyone or anything. He might have. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it's about the submarine. I think I can't remember.
That was Eric, actually.
Actually, I believe that was Klebnik.
It was
I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
I just know a submarine was bought, and I don't remember.
It's because
a submarine was sunk under Klebnik.
Yeah, And yeah, so what's weird is, okay, so this might come off as a little bit of controversial. This is how I'm going to break down every presidency. I see the Eric Scott presidency first term as a very like Clinton style. He was about to get impeached, so he resigned, or it's not very much Clinton. And then I saw Klebnik as obviously the general who never got voted in. And then I see the Shapiro administration as a very close Barack Obama type administration. It's boring, but nothing happened that was too serious, and it was kept under float. The economy was kept under float. Everything was kept under float as a normal administration. And then I see Eric Scott as a Bush Jr. administration, and I see Frank Underwood as the Dick Cheney. That's very comparable to all those administrations. What's your take on it?
I think the main issue I found with the Shapiro administration is it seemed like we were going more and more into a debt, and it was starting.
What'd you say? Say that one more time. You cut out.
We were going more and more into a deficit, and it wasn't helping things at all. It was just getting worse and worse towards the end of your presidency. So that's my thing about that. Other than that, it was okay. Like you said, kind of not impressive.
Exactly, and that's why I compare it to the Barack Obama administration. And plus, and coming out of the presidency, he still had support from his party, and that's why I kind of give it the Barack Obama name. And Eric Scott somehow still has the support of his party, like Bush did, and he might. And this is his last term, unfortunately. And I mean, maybe the American people would be glad because he's already got voted in 2 terms. So he's very comparable to Bush.
Yeah, I think so. I think I can agree with that.
Honestly, I feel bad for Frank Underwood. He's taking most of the fire for what Eric's foolishness is doing, and with that, he's the Dick Cheney.
Yeah, I think he's definitely hurting due to Eric Scott, and I think if he wasn't Eric Scott's vice president, he'd be doing a lot better. That's just kind of my opinion.
I'm actually inclined to agree. I think that, and I think the whole like it's and I quote a egoism from Henry Bell. A very good way to look at how the whole support behind Eric Scott happened. It was an egoism. Like people were blindly supporting him just because he was Democrat and they wanted that blue wave. What they didn't understand is they didn't read his speeches. He legitimately just vetoed a carbon tax, and I can guarantee the left isn't very happy with that. He vetoed the carbon tax, and he's like promises kept. So who is he promising this to? Because obviously the left would have loved the carbon tax. So his voters did he lie to them, or did they foolishly follow him, and then are now saying that he's a conservative? Like what?
I can agree with you there. I think that he's saying he's keeping promises, but we don't know who the promises are kept with. Another thing is it seems like he's part of the Democratic Party, but he isn't actually Democrat, and I think that it's showing more and more every day at this point. But I think it's hurting more and more.
Yeah. Okay, Kanye, what's your take?
I mean, he is on the Democratic Party, but he does have some conservative views. I do believe he's anti-abortion, and I do support that also, like a lot. But I think he does have conservative views, and that's probably the reason why he vetoed it.
So who is he promising these to? Because his whole thing was support from the left, and and if we look at the election, I guarantee we could get it somewhere that like the margin of Republicans versus Democrats that voted him, I don't think he got any Republican votes, and that's what's curious to me.
I think he just kind of wants to do more for the country. He doesn't care what his side thinks. Like if they want to do this and it's more for his side instead of for the country, he's going to go more for his country. He puts economy first, and he puts economy before environment all the time.
So would you say it's far-fetched to say that the parties are in an awkward place right now, seeing as the representative of the Democrat Party is a stern, and you're like, oh, he has some conservative views. I'm inclined to disagree. He has mostly conservative views. So he's representing the most liberal party as a conservative party, and right now the Republican Party is staying as conservative. So what does this mean for future politics?
I don't really know about that, but I know that he's probably, you're right about the mostly conservative. I think so, because he seems to be one of the most conservative people I've known. No, not really most conservative. I've seen way more conservative. But I mean, for later in the party, they might start becoming more and more conservative, or more and more people are going to leave this party for independent or something. That could happen. Or they could just say,
This just in. Here's something that happened in the Republican Party. Frank Underwood, Vice President Frank Underwood. I'd also like to announce that I'll be running for President of the United States in 2032. This is quite early, but I believe it is the right time. Some of you may dislike me, and that's okay. But I hope to prove to you over the next term. No matter what happens in the primaries, we must stand together, and not just as Republicans, but as Americans. So yeah, he just officially announced his bid for presidency. That's curious. So it's gonna be definitely between him and Parrish, but Parrish I think has a better chance currently, unless Underwood becomes the incumbent. Then obviously you always vote the incumbent. So honestly, if so, I'm gonna give you some circumstances in elections right now. If it was Frank Underwood versus Otto, who would you be voting?
I don't know, but what I know is Underwood is not as short tempered, and he doesn't go off on people immediately and then starts cussing them out or anything. Not saying that. Well, I'm not going against Otto. He's pretty smart. Both of them are. They're both experienced. I might vote Underwood. I've kind of called this close right here, really close. They're both great and amazing.
I'm inclined to. Well, I find a little bit of an interesting candidate, and I don't know. It's just confusing about. I don't know. It's confusing to me because Otto. I don't know how he garners so much support with being so polarizing. He doesn't have that much support. He has. So he either has no supporters or he has loyal supporters. That's the way I look at him. So I don't see him doing well in the election of 2032 if he's the Democrat primary president, and that's yeah, I just don't see him doing well.
Oh, who are we talking about
Who
real quick?
knows?
I'm sorry.
Otto in the 2032 election against Parrish or Underwood. I don't see
I
him doing
think
well
I
against
think
either.
Otto will have a lot of support. I don't know why. I just think he will. Um, I don't know about how the Democrats feel about him, but as a Republican, I think he'll get support that you would think he would.
He's probably going to have a lot of support, like you said. I really do, because I really do think that because of didn't he have a presidential something like that where you had to put your name on there so he could run for president? Can't remember what they're called.
Write-in.
Yeah, he had that. I
No, it
think
wasn't a write-in. He was legitimately on the ballot because of how much support he got from the South and a little bit of the Great Plains
yeah, he's probably going to get a lot of
as
support
an
though.
independent. I don't see that on it. Like, and this might be controversial. I do not see that happening. As he is, and he's attacked a lot of people, including Shapiro. He's attacked Shapiro. He's attacked Eric. He's attacked everybody that he needs support from and endorsements. See, if he would have stayed on the good side of any of those people, I think he'd be better set off. But right now, he's not on the good side besides of senators and congressmen. If he was on the good side of of incumbents or of future presidents or even past presidents, he'd be better off. But right now, he just doesn't have the support he needs.
I mean, he's kind of got on to me, but I mean, I'm fine with it because I know he's like that. He's kind of over everyone somehow, but he just kind of gets on to people for their views. As in, take for example Jefferson Davis. Jefferson Davis was, I think, kind of he said only if the South would have won. He said that, and then what's his name? Otto went off on him for probably an hour or so.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna quote the great fascist here. It's cute. I think
Well,
the
actually,
41 is cute.
speaking of the fascist, another reason why Otto freaked out was because he admitted to being fascist, and that's kind of why Otto went off.
Yeah, when he said, what's cute, the 41%. I heard about that. I was
Oh
honestly
yeah.
dying. Oh, like
Yeah,
out
I
it was
of
tried
all
to
the
pretty
things
funny.
laugh,
that.
but that was yeah, it was. But he
Okay,
he was transphobic. He had the you remember the joke was when or something like that. was
don't know, dude.
where Josh saw it and he screenshot it and then banned him.
Uh, Josh.
Jackson
Yes.
Davis.
So I'm about to bring in this is my very, very big opinion on that crap. See, when it comes to people's like, oh, I'm a they, them, sure, I'll respect it. But if you're gonna call everything that's said against you transphobic, like, oh, no. I think that there's only two genders. It's transphobic. Like, no, shut up. Nobody
Okay,
likes a
to be fair, the reason why he was banned is because what he said was legit. It was bad. Like
Was it?
it wasn't questionable. It was bad.
What did he say that was so bad?
I'll send
It
it
was.
to you.
Yeah, he's gonna send it to you, and that's a better idea than
And
It's a-
DM
it was
it.
a
my
photo.
personal opinion, will
Yeah,
give my
it was a bad photo too. I hate the photo because I don't
I will give
like
my
stuff
personal
like that
opinion.
at all.
See this,
But then he just kept disrespecting her. I mean they. No, wait, is it they
no,
that
just who cares?
disrespected them over and over, calling them a girl, and then they said quit it, and he wouldn't. He said I'm gonna call you a her in my heart, and it's like just disrespect them.
And honestly, like, if I'm able, I mean, this might be a little controversial, but I've said the N, I've said it twice now in front of everybody, but that's kind of funny, the N word. It's funny because everybody was like, no, you won't, you won't. But like, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I see it as like questionable. But personally, like, I think that if you're getting banned because of people's feelings, I don't care. If it hurts their feelings, they can get over it. Stop being snowflakes. Who cares if it hurts your little heart? You can get over it. Words are words. If it makes you break down, then that's your own fault, and you're letting the people win. So, it's always confused me, like, how triggered these people
They
that say that they are tolerant,
they
how
can't say
easily
they don't
triggered.
have any rights. They just can't say they don't have any rights because in about every other country, it's illegal to be, I think, transgender, gay, lesbian, anything like
Bruh,
that.
that's not even that bad. Oh my god, I just got the image. Oh, okay. So
I
it's
mean, it
Well,
not
was
even
kind
that
well,
of
bad.
bad.
well, that
It's
image,
not
I
even
don't
that
like
bad.
anything
Dude,
that
it's off of a
like that.
movie. It's off of
No,
a
no,
PG-13 movie.
yes,
That is
no,
off of a PG.
Gannon. Another thing too, it wasn't the first time like that night because earlier in the night he said something that was clearly and apologized for it after he was warned for it, and then he did it again. That's why
So
he actually got.
okay, for example, would you ban me if I said right now, if I brought up the debate that, okay, so if you're able to change your gender, I'm able to change my age. Is that transphobic?
That's
No, I
that.
wouldn't say so.
I just don't think
Okay.
that's. Well, okay.
Would you say
I'm
it's
starting to.
transphobic if I'm sick of? Would you say it's transphobic if I say that people like, I'm not even naming names, but they make it a personality. They make a certain thing a personality. That's retarded.
Yeah, I think you can agree with that. I think that it's annoying to say the least.
It's more than annoying. What's the word for it? Interference. It is a disruption to normal life because the only person that's getting triggered by it is the person. Like legit, you have more people that are more left that don't care. Like people like Henry or people like I don't even know Kanye. You're pretty left, I presume, correct?
Yeah, I'm like. I think I would say neoliberal.
Oh yeah. I feel that. I feel that. But like, it's just that whole LGBTQ community. Am I right?
I think there's
Yes, I'm
some
not
ups
right.
and downs with it, but I see what you're saying.
It's just not biblically correct. So I like it. It's like you can just not support it, but just don't care that they're gay and just be fine with it instead of just going completely against them and hating them because you're not supposed to hate biblically.
No, this is legitimately every time somebody makes a transphobic joke in chat. This is legit how a certain person goes. Free goddamn time. They're just like, what did you say? All right, you know what? I think that there's only two genders. I don't. I don't agree with the whole thing that there's 72 genders. You're always somehow a bad
I
guy.
was not expecting to hear that earlier.
That's kind of funny. And then it's always got us questioning. All right, well, so Kanye, unfortunately, that's all the time. I'm getting some text right now. That's all the time we got for you, man. You're welcome to stay and listen, and then after the show, we'll have you on. And yeah,
All right, we'll see you.
see ya. You can stay talking. Alrighty. All right.
All right. Oh, he like left.
Oh, I wanted him to stay, but like, okay.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying about how it gets annoying with that sort of stuff, but at the same time, as owner of the server, I still have to do somewhat moderate on it. Some stuff I leave, some I don't. That's
Like
just
the
me,
N word.
though.
Like the N word.
Well, you see, I haven't seen it being typed yet, but that's gonna be a mute just because of the text being at this point.
I haven't typed it. I swear. I've only said it over voice chat.
Yeah, no, and then you got like banned. So
It was a joke, though. It was a joke. He did it as a joke, and then I was like, back it off. But yeah.
well, understandably.
So I just found a soundboard, so I'm kind of excited.
Please don't do it. We'll do that after the show.
Okay.
Because I need to know where to get the soundboard.
Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything. Okay, so we recently lost a man that is most notorious for this sound.
And once again, asking for your financial support.
Bernie Sanders, what do you think of that loss?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What do you think of the loss of Bernie Sanders?
I think everybody's have comes. He was 88. It's not like he was young. Yes, he passed away, which is sad, but at the same time, you knew it was coming. So
Is my
I
honest
think.
opinion on it. I was kind of excited to see that he's finally gone.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a mean
He
thing to
needed.
say.
But
To be
unfortunately, he's a socialist. Like, what do you expect? He thinks he's the reason we have neo-feminists.
Well, I mean,
He's-
I understand I may not agree with him politically, but as a person, I don't want to see anybody else pass away.
No, because he's lived a good life. Like, obviously, he's lived a good life. Have you seen him running through the airports and stuff? Like, that's living the life.
Well, yeah, of course, but I wasn't happy to see him.
I'm just glad that he's finally gone, though. We don't need him. We don't like. See, there's only one other politician I'm excited to see to go, and hopefully that's an event soon. Nancy Pelosi.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see about that.
And like Trump, he's about to die. Honestly, if you think about it, how is Trump living so
Yeah.
long? Actually,
Don't worry,
His-
that's
what
coming
is-
soon as well.
with his 10 Diet Cokes a day and his McDonald's, and this is how he's like. I like a lot of McDonald's. A lot of McDonald's is quite good.
I don't know, to be honest, but that's an event coming soon. Don't worry.
How is my Trump impression? A lot of people would say. A lot of people. I don't like him.
It's okay. I've heard better.
My feelings. So you said you had some questions. Let's get on to that.
Well, that's her dinner. So
What?
we're pushing an hour already.
What?
Look at Snapchat.
Let's see this. Okay. So you just want to close it off already, or just make some jokes, like talk about life?
We could close it off.
All right. So this is honestly all we had for the Shapiro Show episode 4, or episode. This is episode 5. Holy crap.
No, it's 4. It's 4.
We did 2 episodes last night, and then
Yeah,
no, it's
and
4.
then
Yeah,
one
you're right.
episode the night before. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for my confusion. I have dementia. I'm Sleepy Joe Biden. Yeah, so that is all we have for the night. Thank you, and come again. Thank you for watching the Ben Shapiro Show.